Well, here we go, folks. A box number 1 of Zendikar Rising. This is a draft booster box. Man, I am excited for this set, as always. Getting right into it. So in this video here, we're going to be just kind of going through the packs and stopping on the rares and notable cards. Here is the box topper, so we will get to that at the end. Yeah, like I said, gonna go through, stop on the notable cards, rares, foils, things of that nature. If you're looking for more of a long form video where we go through every card, I will post that up here as soon as that's ready to go. So these are the Japanese style packs with the token and the land on top. All right, our first rare, Null Priest of Oblivion. Okay, let's just look at a couple of the uncommons because it is a brand new set. So we got Cabaria Takedown. So this is one of those flip land cards with the plains basically on the other side that comes into play tapped. An Attendant Healer and a Vine Gecko. Okay. Super excited for this set. There's some awesome stuff. I mean, we are getting fetch lands along with a bunch of other sort of needed land reprints. Ooh, all right. So here's our first showcase frame. Feldar Retreat. What is this thing? 4 mana for an enchantment. It has landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, choose a 1. Create a 2/2 white cat beast creature token, or put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain vigilance until end of turn. Pretty cool looking showcase rare. So there's another one of the uncommon sort of flip ones. Akum Warrior, 4/5 Trampler for 6, which seems pretty expensive. And then we have Akum Teeth on the other side. Enters the battlefield tapped and provides us with red mana. Interesting thing, this is the front face of the card. If you guys are unaware, the single pointing up triangle is the front face, and the double triangles, one pointing up and down, is the back face. And according to the rules with flip lands, if you were able to, say, blink, if you played this out as a land and you're able to blink it, like return it to the battlefield, it's going to come back on the front face. So turn 1, play this. Turn 2, blink it, come back with a 4/5 Trampler. Seems okay if you can find a way for something like that to work. All sorts of rules around modal dual-faced cards. They pretty much follow the sort of dual-faced cards rules or double-faced rules. However, there are some slight variances, especially when the word play is involved. So this is one of those substitute tokens. It has the regular magic card back on it. And you can use these to sort of fill in as you just write on there whatever dual-faced card you're going to be playing. Our first foil is a Mind Carver. Okay, so it's an uncommon. Some sort of equipment. When it enters the battlefield, attach it to a creature you control. I notice that's a theme on this set. A lot of the equipment enter the battlefield tapped right onto a creature. Equipped creature gets +1/+0. It gets +3/+1 instead, as long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. Our first foil. And we got a Rolling Vortex. Okay, interesting rare. So yeah, like I said, we're going to be doing all sorts of box opening videos. We're doing pre-release kit opening videos this week. These are the Japanese style, so they do have the sort of tear strip on the side. They seem a little bit difficult to open, I'm not going to lie. It could be the operator. Yes, we are doing a bunch of box opening videos this week, so we'll be doing some pre-release kit opening videos. We're going to be doing a few of these draft booster box opening videos, so make sure you check all of that out. Grakmaw, Skycleave, Ravager. Okay, and then a bunch more uncommons and commons. Really excited to get to that Expedition land. I mean, they did promise us that we would get fetch lands again this year, so surprise everybody, what do you know? They are expeditions. Okay, here is our first modal dual flip rare land. We got Crag Crown Pathway, which has on the other side a Timber Crown Pathway. Most of these seem to be going for in the sort of $4 to $5 kind of price range. I think one of them might be 10 bucks. Maybe is it one or something? I don't know. A lot of cool cards in this set though. Okay, interesting looking plant token. Nice too that the full art lands are back as well. Foil, a Mind Drain. And then we got our first mythic is Drana, the Last Blood Chief. Man, this thing is a bomb in a limited. So if you happen to be doing any drafting or whatever, take this card. Really good in limited. Okay. Speaking of drafting, are you guys able to draft? Why don't you let me know in the comments section if that is a reality for you? Skyclave Apparition. What does this thing do? So it's a core spirit, 3 mana. When a Skyclave Apparition enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-land, non-token permanent you control with converted mana cost 4 or less. When it leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner creates an XX blue illusion creature token where X is the converted mana cost of the exiled card. Interesting. I like this one. So we'll just go over this one quick. So this is actually really cool. So you have Counterspell on the one side, 2 mana for a counter target spell unless its controller pays 1, reminiscent of Force Spike, with the land that taps for blue mana on the other side. Interesting option for control decks. Man, I gotta get used to this sort of pull strip, which I apparently am not very good at using. Okay. Mountain and Shadow's Verdict is the rare for this pack. Okay. Yeah, a bunch of really cool cards and sets. Cool that Landfall's making a comeback. So that is definitely an overarching theme on this set, as well as Party. What do you guys think of Party? Spare Supplies Foil. Okay, so another foil common. And then we have a Yasharn Implacable Earth. Yeah, what do you guys think of the party mechanic? I mean, I think that they're going to try to make that work, right? I know we have a D&D themed set coming out later next year. In fact, I believe it's going to be replacing the core set for the year. Don't quote me on that. Akum Hellhound. Man, this thing looks cool. All right, so for 1 mana, we have a 0/1 with landfall, and whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Really sweet looking foil showcase card. A Lotus Cobra. So this guy is back. It's cool that moves this up into Pioneer too, right? So kind of big implications for this one. Puts it into Pioneer, and now we have it in Standard as well. Also, more supply getting out there. I really like this Rune Crab. I actually talked about this guy in one of my finance videos. He's just 90% of the time better than Hedron Crab. So long term, I think he's going to have a nice price tag to go along with him, at least as much as Hedron Crab. Okay. I really got to figure out how to use these tear strips. That would definitely make things more easy. Okay. We have a Plains and a Hagara Mauling, which this spell costs 1 less to cast if an opponent controls no basics. Destroy target creature. Okay. So that's pretty good, especially in limited. Like 4 mana, just straight up destroy creatures, really strong and limited. And then you have the option to play the swampy type land on the other side. Okay. All right, we have a Mountain, a foil, a Kerrigan War Leader. Other warriors control, you get +1/+1, seems okay. And an Archon of Emeria. On to stack 2. So, like I was saying, are you guys going to be drafting? Can you draft in your area? We were able to do it, Swarm Shambler. We were able to do it in our area for a little while, and then they kind of pulled the reins back a little bit because the numbers, unfortunately, have kind of been climbing lately. So they're not allowing in-store play right now as things stand. So we have another of the modal dual flip lands. It's River Glide Pathway, which is the island side. And on the other side is a Lava Glide Pathway, a mountain type land. I think that's one of the higher priced ones. That's a cool looking card. Let's look at this here. Okay, so we have a showcase, or I guess alt art showcase. Brushfire Elemental. He's 2 mana, a 1/1 with haste. He can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, and he has landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, he gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Seems pretty aggressive in those sort of red-green type decks. Okay. Plant token. We have a Plains. And we have a Linvala, Shield of the Seagate. Okay, interesting rare there. Piles are a mess as always, so I'm going to straighten those out. Yeah, I was getting really excited. We were drafting, playing a lot of Constructed. And again, that sort of just got shut down a couple of weeks ago now, so starting to get kind of quiet around the store again. That happens when Magic players aren't there to fill the seats. Valakut Exploration. I actually really like this card. Okay, so let's go over this really quickly. 3 mana for an enchantment. It has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. At the beginning of your end step, if there are cards exiled with this, put them into their owner's graveyard. Then it deals that much damage to each opponent. Interesting card for sure. Could definitely see some commander play there. Might be a little bit too slow for constructed formats, but could certainly be a commander card. We have an island, and we have an Archpriest of Iona. Don't discount this guy, right? 1 mana for Archpriest of Iona's power is equal to the number of creatures in your party. So it's always going to be at least a 1/2. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, target creature gets +1/+1 and gains flying until end of turn. Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, a lot of pretty awesome stuff in this set. Really cool that landfall is back. I'm pumped for that. I think mill may actually be a viable strategy. Maybe in modern, especially with things like that Rune Crab. Thieving Skydiver. So there's our foil rare. This thing's 2 mana for a 2/1. It's got flying. It has kicker X. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, gain control of target artifact with converted mana cost X or less. If that artifact is an equipment, attaching it to Thieving Skydiver. Could definitely see some commander play with something like that. Steal your opponent's stuff. Always feels good in commander. Skyclave, a relic. This thing's actually really cool too. 3 mana for an indestructible. It has kicker 3, and when it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, you create 2 copies of this thing, and each one taps for mana of any color. Pretty cool for commander. A lot of commander focus this year. I mean, I guess that was kind of the plan, but they've really made a concerted effort into appealing to commander players with each and every set. Shatter Skull, a charger. This guy's actually pretty cool. I like him in an aggressive red deck. Okay, back to trying to peel here. Let's see if we can actually do this right. I don't like this. Honestly, I prefer the regular sort of method for opening packs. And they're upside down, which just sort of confuses me. Okay. We have a forest. Confounding Conundrum. This is one of the better rares actually in the set. 2 mana enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, draws a card, so it replaces itself right away. And then whenever a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if that player had another land enter the battlefield under their control this turn, they return a land to their owner's hand. So basically keeps your opponent's sort of land states under control a bit, especially if you're up against land matter decks. Really could be obviously a meta call, but I think I may decide to include that in my Zur Stacks deck. A foil Kite Sail Cleric. Okay, so another foil uncommon. And then we have an Amaria's Call, one of the better mythics in the set. This is one of those that is a sorcery on one side, and then of course a land on the other side. Decent card to be getting. All right. Continue on. A couple more cards, or a couple more packs in this stack. We have a mountain, a Scourge of the Skyclaves. So this guy seems to be confusing everybody. I'm not really sure why, but he's 2 mana for a star. He has kicker 5. When he enters the battlefield, if you kicked him, each player loses half their life, rounded up. And then his power and toughness is 20 minus the highest life total among players. So whoever has the highest life total, you just minus that off of 20, and that's his power and toughness. Not all that complicated, but seems to be a tough one for people to wrap their head around. Okay. Man, that's a cool Cat Beast token. They're really putting some effort into the tokens lately. All right, so we have a foil, Strength of Solidarity. Okay, and a coveted prize. Interesting. One more pack for this stack. A lot of those sort of replacement cards. Craig Plate Bala, 7 mana for a 6/6. And he has kicker 3. Jeez, 10 mana. Can't be countered though. Hexproof Haste, and if it was kicked, you 4/4 counter. So he's a 10/10 Hexproof Haste for 10. I don't know about that. Maybe a good limited value there. Okay. Into the last stack, folks. Exciting. So yep, we're doing some pre-release kit openings. Going to do a few of these box openings. Kazandu Mammoth. Okay, this is a creature on the one side, a land on the other side. So one of those ones. Yep, going to do a couple of pre-release kit opening videos. Make sure you check those out. We're going to do some more box opening of this draft booster set. Next week, when the regular stuff is going to be releasing, we have a couple of sponsored videos. Into the Royal Foil. Ooh, Ancient Green Warden. This is one of the better mythics. I think this guy's carrying like a $20 price tag, at least when I made this video. 6 mana, he's a reach 5/7, and he's another one of these that allows you to play lands from your graveyard. So he's got that sort of Crucible of Worlds type effect on him. If a land entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers another time. Super good commander card. Yeah, next week we're doing some collector booster opening videos. I'll probably have my promos by then, so we'll do some promo pack opening videos. Set booster is one I'm really excited to see. That's a new sort of format of boosters, starting here with Zendikar Rising. I got a bunch of sponsored videos as well, so thanks to everybody who sponsored boxes for the channel. Those are upcoming, so keep your eyes out for that. This pack had a Soul Shatter. Lots and lots of box opening videos for this set. It is a worthy set though. I think so. I really like this set. I'm not going to lie. Okay, all right. There is a full art Needle Verge Pathway. So a full art flip land, which we have Pillar Verge Pathway on the other side. Really nice looking full art card. Okay, and that definitely did replace the land or the rare slot, sorry, in that pack. Okay. Moving right along, a Thieving Skydiver. So we already saw him in a foil. Really excited. Anticipation is killing me. Get to that box topper. Will it be a fetch land? I don't know. I'd be happy with an Ancient Tomb though, too. Scorch Rider foil. Okay, and then we have Zagras Thief of Heartbeats. Interesting. Flying Death Touch Haste 4/4 for 6 mana. Okay. Yes. A few more packs to go here. Exciting. Box toppers are fantastic. It's interesting that they chose that as the way to bring back fetch lands for the year, to fulfill their promise. Maul of the Skyclaves. Okay. I mean, I wonder how much that's actually going to put into, you know, the supply chain, right? I mean, there's 10 in there. So assuming you have an equal chance, you basically have a 1 in 3 chance of hitting a fetch land. It's 30 different ones, and there's 10. Maul of the Makindi, Throne of the Makindi. What is this? Tap to add colorless, pay 1, put a charge counter on it. Tap it, remove a charge counter, add 2 mana, only to spend kick spells. Okay, seems very narrow. Oh, wait, what was this? Okay, so we have a Skyclave Pickaxe alt art. That's actually kind of cool looking. Yeah, like I mentioned, a lot of this seems to be a running thing with this set. The equipment enters the battlefield attached to a creature, so that's pretty sweet. Okay. Can really surprise your opponents with stuff like that, certainly. Okay, this one we're going to have to do with this. But yeah, like I was saying, interesting that they chose that method to get some more supply of fetch lands out there. People have been crying for it, right? The prices are crazy. Okay, Inscription of Insights. This is one where you choose a mode. If you kick it, you can choose all of the modes. And I believe there's one of these in each color. And yeah, so since there's 30, and I'm assuming, who knows if it actually is like that, but I'm assuming you have an equal chance to get any one particular expedition. If that is the case, then you have a 1 in 3 chance of getting a fetch land. Wayward, a Guide Beast. 1 mana for a 2/2 with Trample and Haste. When it deals combat damage to a player, return a land you control to its owner's hand. Okay, so there's a hefty price to pay for a 1 mana 2/2 Trample Haster. All right. 2 more packs to go, and we get to that box topper. Okay, what do we got here? Another squiggly plant token, a forest, a foil, another foil rare. So that's a foil Archon of Emeria. What does this guy do? 3 mana, flying. Each player can't cast more. Okay, so yeah, this Aura of Silence on a stick, essentially. Non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield. Ooh, he is quite good, actually. Definitely good for Commander. I like that. Oh, and a Nahiri, Heir of the Ancients. Alt art, borderless. Nice. Man, that is a cool looking card. Holy. 4 mana. Yep, for a 4 loyalty planeswalker, she has +1. Create a white core creature token. You may attach an equipment you control to that token. -2, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a warrior or equipment card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom. And 3, a minus, Nahiri, Heir of the Ancient, deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to twice the number of equipments you control. Really cool looking alt art borderless Nahiri. Nice. And that did also replace the rare slot. Last pack, folks. Last pack. Okay, let's see. We got a mountain, and oh yes, so there is the green inscription. Really cool. Like I said, I believe there is one of those in every color. Okay, and the moment we have all been waiting for, it's gonna be an awesome card. Believe it! Let's see. All right, so we're gonna be really careful with opening this because they've like glued the hell out of these things. I don't like this tear strip. Not with just 1 card in there. And it's not a very friendly tear strip. Okay, I have a complaint for Wizards. Your packaging on the box toppers is terrible. Don't like it. Go back to the old style, please and thank you. All right, here we go. Attempting to be crazy careful and not damage the awesome expedition land we are going to get. It is a luxury suite. Okay, really cool, sort of black. This is the Commander lands. They enter the battlefield tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. Luxury suite expedition. Obviously the first time something like this has been in expedition form. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks a little faded. I'm not impressed with the coloring on the card. However, hopefully you can see that in the camera there, maybe if I hold it at the right angle. The inking around the outside kind of jumps out a bit. So the red does on the red side and the black does on the other side. Hopefully you guys can see that. But otherwise, I find it's a little bit faded as far as cards go. Okay, I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button. It really helps me out, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.